It's a policy that ensures.
That sellers have free and clear.
No, the
ownership.
buyers accept title free and clear of any encumbrances, liens, and that they
15 seconds.
Are the rightful
Dual
buyers.
camera, huh, Teddy?
Yeah.
One's Meerkat, one's Periscope.
Cat, Periscope. Yeah.
We're
all
live
kinds
streaming
of
right
stuff.
now.
And remember, you are being video recorded, and
Yeah.
when we go to break,
Even
that
on
is
commercials.
Still rolling.
Okay, good answer.
So don't say F this or F any realtors.
You
Talk
gotta
about
pull it probably closer. That's good. Yeah,
We had Paul and Eric here.
Yeah, that's good.
that should be good.
Paul spitting all over the mic. So is the mortgage guys.
Real estate professional or attorney before making any real estate or financial decisions. Please remember, when following advice, your results may vary, and all information covered here is not intended to cover all aspects of the subject material, but rather a sample of issues the hosts and guests
Hashtag the title
consider
guy.
important.
I'm not timing it.
Ask the title guy.
Oh, ask the hashtag.
It's the real estate revolution.
You know the words.
Who's saying this?
Our
Vinny
friend.
Romano.
Who?
Vinny Romano. Do you know Vinny?
Yeah, I know. From the you choose
WFS?
And now it's time for
Hello?
a power hour from America's trusted resource for
WFS, hello?
everything real estate.
Everything was said, we're
The
trusted
real
resources.
estate industry is in a constant movement of change. It's a real estate revolution with your host Victoria Riva Dinera and her co-host Scott Forcino. Welcome to the Real Estate Revolution.
Good evening and happy Monday. I'm Victoria Rivadeneira, President of the Northeast Division for Exit Realty Corp International. And I'm also a New York State licensed real estate broker in the business for about 25 years. And I'm here tonight in the WFAS studio with all my boys, once again in the man cave. Yep, it is the man cave. And I'm looking out the window, Scott, and it is pitch black outside
I know it
since we've
happened.
turned the
daylight
clocks back.
savings. That's the price you pay for that one more hour in bed.
I hate
yesterday.
it. I absolutely hate it. And really, I don't think that it really saves. They did this to save energy. I don't think it saves energy. Do you?
I did like under Jimmy Carter, and they did this for farming, and Reagan and two other presidents pushed it back. It used to be earlier in September. I remember as a kid. Remember?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, like Halloween
Wait,
was always
way back
done.
in what? What year was
80
that?
something. It was Bush won another week, and I think Reagan won one more week. It was for farming. And by the way, here's a good trivia question. Now that we're on it, what two states don't do it?
Arizona and Hawaii.
Oh,
You thought you had me.
yeah, that's all right. It's too much
I'm
sunshine.
smarter than you think
got it. All right, you
sometimes,
did some
right?
research. I don't know if you know.
Aha! I did know that.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
I've been
of,
both states,
I'm,
too.
I'm a big fan of Arizona. Have
Mhm.
not been to Hawaii
I've been
yet.
to
Can you
honeymoon.
imagine? I have
If
not
Heather's
been
listening
to
on the
Hawaii.
honeymoon.
Yep.
Got it.
I will get there.
Lucky girl.
Anyway, tonight we are talking about title. Did you say lucky girl
Yeah,
about
from
your
the
husband?
honeymoon.
About your wife?
Yeah. We mentioned the honeymoon, that's why I said lucky girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you agree.
Yes, of course, because anyone who would be married to you would be very lucky, Scott.
Been
my
earful.
my heart goes out to Heather every single day. We love you, Heather. We're talking about title insurance today.
We
Right?
are.
What
Mhm.
is title insurance?
Well, I define it.
It's definitely
as
the most misunderstood part of the real estate transaction.
It's the most ignored, misunderstood, and the most expensive. People have really no preparation for the cost or understand the need. I define it as a policy, an insurance policy, that ensures that a buyer has complete ownership. It is the conveyance of the title from the seller to the buyer is free of liens and encumbrances, and that allows the bank to use it as collateral and have their lien in the first lien position, so they get paid first in the event of a foreclosure. But we have Glenn Asher with us today.
Yes, he's
gonna-
a very special guest. We're going to introduce him shortly. But I just want to get back to the topic of title insurance
Mhm.
because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And we sometimes think that the world is a really great place, but I like to think that it is. But there are people out there that are always scamming, you know, and you laugh.
There
Do
are.
you know some of those people, Scott?
I know that there's a lot of issues that where title companies have been dealing with the mortgage mess, foreclosure still to this day.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's been instances where renters pose as sellers, where sellers have a partner or even a spouse that is no longer living in the home, and they go ahead and claim that they have 100% ownership.
Mhm.
You know, we all know those stories. And, you know, of course I have a couple of fun facts for you today. I know you love my fun
Go ahead,
facts.
I'll time you.
That has nothing to do with title insurance, but, you know, I was researching some of the scams that go on, and I found this very interesting story. It's about a guy out in Wichita Falls, Texas. Back in, I think, 1919 it was. It was a long time ago. You know what he did? He implied that he was going to build a 480-foot skyscraper, but labeled all of the plans 480 inches. And then he built a 40-foot tall building as per the plans, and he kept all of the investor money. And here's the kicker. He won in court when they all took him to court and sued him because he didn't actually
Full
defraud
disclosure,
anyone.
sure. Abraham Lincoln lost 2 homes because title insurance was not yet.
It wasn't around.
Not around.
Right? Yeah. What year did title insurance start? Do you know?
Don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know
Guess
either.
late 80s.
Maybe Glenn would know
Glenn
that.
might
We'll
know.
ask
He's
him that
he's
later.
an avid historian.
Yeah. So we're talking about scammers. In Michigan, there was a house that was slated for demolition, and the owner switched the number of his house with his neighbor's house, and the wrecking crew came, and of course they knocked down their neighbor's house, and not his.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I got some hypotheticals and some client questions for Glenn tonight.
All right. You just want to go right to title insurance, don't
Well,
you?
I mean, you tell me what else.
You just
got.
can't
Go
wait
ahead,
to
I
introduce
can.
Glenn. I know it's very exciting that we have Glenn Asher in the house, right here in the WFAS studio. Glenn Asher is the Executive Vice President of Business Development for Kensington Vanguard. Kensington Vanguard is the largest privately held title company on the East Coast. And welcome,
Thank you.
Glenn. We're
Hi,
so happy
everybody.
to have you here. And
Thank you,
Scott
thank
could
you.
not wait to introduce you.
I feel
Well, I know
so,
that you
feel
two,
so honored,
you
Scott.
two
Thank you.
conspired because I said we're doing Monday.
Yes.
Glenn, you didn't tell me you were coming. Victoria, you didn't tell me.
It
Well,
was
I
a
just
surprise.
happened to get off a plane about 3 hours
Got
ago
it.
from Florida.
Speaking
So,
of a plane in Florida, are you a New Yorker or are you a Floridian?
Well, I am always a New Yorker and always will be a New Yorker. But just recently we opened an office down in Miami, and I've been spending some quality time down there, expanding business. The real estate market down there is unbelievable right now again.
That's
and
awesome.
strike it while it's hot. So we opened an office down there in South Beach.
And I see you're throwing lots of very fancy parties too, right?
Well, you know, one of the things that I do to help grow business is bring a lot of industry professionals together and throw keeping it real estate parties.
Nice.
You know, have real
Ooh.
estate centric people around. So we want to include bankers and attorneys and developers and mortgage professionals and, you know, everything from interior designers to architects, all facets of the real estate industry.
And you have one of these big events coming up, right?
Yeah.
Something
So
very
we
exciting.
have we just did a launch party for Kensington Vanguard down in Florida on the Biscayne Lady. I'll give everybody the social media applications later so you can check out the video. But we had some of the top Florida real estate agents on the boat, from Daniel Matuziak, who is a realtor from Sarasota on the West Coast, does a lot of East Coast marketing, Action Realty of Sarasota. He's a great guy, 30 plus years in the industry. We had Ben Moss on there. Ben Moss just recently sold a professional athlete. I forgot his name. He is the premier guy for Sotheby's in South Florida. He runs the sports and entertainment division. So he has a team of people. He brought them on the boat. Citibank was gracious enough to come in and sponsor the event. They were an unbelievable strategic partner and are doing very big things in South Florida. We also had guys like Chad Carroll on the boat from $1 Million Listing Miami and his team, and a slew of other individuals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I travel quite a bit, and a lot of people say that they watch me on Facebook and they just get tired. There is one person that I watch that really exhausts me, and that is you. You are definitely the master of building relationships, and you seem to be all over the place.
Thank you. I guess that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
You know, I try to do these events as often as possible. I think it's good for everyone. I think putting quality professionals in a room together, or a boat, or an event, or a nightclub, or a lounge, or what have you, putting them all together in a room and letting nature take its course. You know, not everyone is going to get along with everyone. Not everyone is on the same page. But your idea and my idea to go to these events, if I can land 3 to 5 clients that are consistent clients, I did my job. If I go after everyone and get 3, great. You know, who knows in my industry and other industries what'll happen down the line. So.
That's great. So we're talking about title insurance, and we definitely have you in the house on that because you are the expert. And Scott gave us a brief description of what title insurance is. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Sure. I mean, Scott pretty much hit the ball